What is the biggest green flag in a partner? Story number 1. Probably the question my now fiancé asked me just before we started dating. Backstory. We were friends who had both just gone through recent breakups. We had been talking and decided we were going to just hook up to relieve some stress. I started getting really nervous. I'm not a hookup guy, and I actually really liked my friend and didn't think I could actually go through with it without catching feels. She then basically sends me a text that says, "Hey, I still want to you, but can we date after we do that?" We slept together, went on our first date later that day, have been together for years, and are getting married later this year. Story number 2. Respect for bodies, for comfort, for choices, for consent, for yes and no, for whatever boundaries your partner puts in place. And not just in the bedroom, but everywhere. If a partner doesn't want to eat a certain food, respect that. If they have religious differences and don't engage in certain behaviors, respect that. Don't try to trick them into breaching their own views or beliefs. Don't treat it like a hobby. If someone asks that outside of the bedroom, physical contact be a little more demure or non-sexual, respect that. The fact you each other senseless in the most private spaces we share does not give you carte blanche over another person's body, especially not if they place that boundary. If someone doesn't want to be felt up in their kitchen or isn't comfortable with public displays of affection, respect it. Everyone from every side of the spectrum has their own limits, their own rights, their own choice. Some people grew up with trauma. They did not have the choice not to be grabbed, groped, felt up, etc. So if they ask, "Hey, don't grab my ass while I'm cooking dinner," I know sometimes it's looking great and you just want to show affection and appreciation, but that's what my abuser used to do. Some people need a little more work to get into a sexual headspace, so having their ass or body grabbed isn't like, "Oh, this is fun and nice and makes me horny." It's literally just being grabbed and handled and getting nothing from it, like their body is someone else's toy. Don't be that partner. Story number 3. When he tells me that I don't need to dress or act in a specific way for him. That can be a turn off. For me though, I like doing that. If I know something turns him on, I am damn sure to put it on. Having said that, my crop top collection has increased by 10x in the last 3 months and I like it. Of course, he didn't force me. I asked him what he likes. He told me his specific things, and I was like, sure, why not? I like pleasing, especially if I can do something he specifically loves. Many people think this is changing yourself to accommodate someone. It shouldn't feel that way. I do it because I love doing it. I love his reaction, and it makes me feel good and sexy. I love showing off now, which I never did because I thought, a lady doesn't do that. It, if that's the case, I don't want to be a lady. I would have never discovered that if I had said no way in the first place, which I think a lot of people do out of sheer fear and force of habit. There's a taboo on being honest about what you like, even with most couples who claim they can't say anything. Most of them really can't. Sometimes discovery lies in doing things you wouldn't see yourself do by just trying. Even if sometimes reluctant, I had to set my fear of showing off aside. It was difficult, but ultimately it did set me free and he helped me greatly with that. I feel much more confident now. It was always there. I just needed that little nudge. I was the girl who would say I would never do that because I would confidently proclaim I'm who I am. Guess what? That was fake confidence. I was lying to make myself feel better about being a little bit scared of things. It gave me a reason not to do it. Besides, he does know a thing or two about what is sexy. He has great taste. Yes, ladies, you wouldn't believe it, but some men really do. Goes the other way around too, by the way, but in short, if you are not open to trying new things and you can never see yourself as anything else as you are, you can never be fully honest or open. That's not knowing yourself, or being confident. That's limiting yourself and trying to tell yourself it's something different. Being forced is a whole nother story though, and I can see people having really bad experiences with this. I'm just not a fan of this fake I'm what I am independent Lydia's run the world type of bollocks. It feels fake to me, like toxic independence. Yes, that does exist. Story number 4. As a woman, I don't know how it is for men, but I find it very attractive if a guy asks me before he does a certain intimate thing with me. I mean, like when we try something for the first time. Can I kiss you? Can I have sex with you? Can I tie you? Can I cover your mouth? I was actually watching Meet Joe Black last night, and I remember the scene. When he asked if he could kiss her and I was like, damn, that is sexy, it takes away the awkward tension of like staring at each other trying to figure out if it's okay or not. Don't like that. It's direct yet endearing, it shows an ability to have consideration, it shows well-developed manner. Just asking first really raises the green flag immediately. Obviously this takes a bit of charisma as well. Don't break the mood by saying like a robot, speak the words they way you would on a quiet pleasant morning. As though you feel comfortable and playful and intimate, smiles are definitely a part of it as well. Also maybe don't ask to do everything on the first go. Save the other stuff for future times. I don't want somebody asking me a questionnaire on the first go. It's also a really good green flag to have patience. Regarding the whole directness thing, I have thought about it a lot, and I think that may be the source of what people always say about women like confidence. Confidence never felt like the right word to me. I love shy men and I love men who have self-doubt. I think it's important to question yourself, and also being shy and unsure is a sign of self-awareness and empathy. Love those things, so I want to say for me, it's not about confidence, it's about directness. You don't have to be confident about stuff as long as you tell me that. As long as you are direct and honest, that is what I find attractive. You can be shy and self-doubted about it as much as you need to be. Just be brave enough to open up and tell me how you honestly feel and what you honestly are thinking. I have enough men trying to play me. It's exhausting and confusing and belittling. I want the man who will just level with me even if he is nervous or unsure. Vulnerable is sexy. Story number 5. Self-confidence. When a girl understands that our relationship is so much stronger and deeper than just a sexual partnership. What does that mean? It means just because we are together doesn't all of a sudden make the rest of the world unattractive. You can talk about hot women and she can talk about hot guys and you don't get jealous. Because you know you have nothing to worry about. You can even share sexual fantasies with each other. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make them a reality, but you don't feel threatened or insecure just having those conversations. The opposite of this green flag is the ultimate red flag for me: jealousy, possessiveness, insecurity.